In the dazzling chaos of a Plaza Hotel gala, a millionaire single dad collides with a struggling artist. Sparking a love that transforms lives, watch as Caleb and Nora's journey with little Ellie melts your heart. Before we dive into this emotional tale, please hit that like button to support their story. Thank you for being here. The ballroom of the Plaza Hotel shimmered like a dream Nora Bennett couldn't afford. Crystal chandeliers gleamed, casting golden light across marble floors. Glasses clinked. Laughter rose. Dresses swished silk, satin, sequins. It was a world of wealth, of power, of people who belonged. Nora didn't. She stood at the edge, her hands smoothing a borrowed black dress. Too big at the shoulders, too tight at the hips. Her heels, also borrowed, pinched her toes. She was 26, a part-time barista, part-time artist, full-time broke. Tonight, she was a server, or had been, until her manager hissed, "Put on a dress. Blend in. We're short-staffed." The gala was a fundraiser for children's hospitals. Important people. Big money. Nora's job was simple. Carry trays. Smile. Stay invisible. She'd done it for an hour. Her arms aching. Her smile cracking. Now, her shift was over. She just needed to slip out. Back to her tiny Brooklyn apartment. Back to her real life. She glanced at the exit. 30 feet away. Clear shot. She moved, quick. Head down. Weaving through the crowd. 10 steps from freedom. She turned and crashed into a man. Hard. His wine glass hit the floor. Shattering. Red liquid splashed her heels. Her dress. His shoes. Nora gasped, stepping back. Her heart slamming. "Oh my God. I'm so sorry." Her hands flew up. Useless. As the crowd turned. Eyes sharp, she knelt, grabbing shards, her cheeks burning. "I didn't see you." "It's fine." His voice was low, calm, cutting through her panic. She looked up, still crouched, and froze. He was tall, maybe 6'2", in a charcoal suit that fit like it was sewn onto him. His hair was dark, neatly trimmed, with a hint of gray at the temples. His eyes green, deep, steady, locked on hers. He didn't look angry. He looked curious. Nora stood, shaky, clutching a napkin. "I'll get someone to clean this." No need," he said, kneeling to pick up a shard she'd missed. His hands were steady, no rings, just a simple watch, silver, expensive. He stood, closer now, and she caught a scent cleaned, like cedar and rain. "Are you okay?" he asked, his brow lifting. "Me," she blinked, flustered. "You're the one covered in wine." He glanced at his shoes, then smiled. "Small. They'll survive. You. Though, you look like you're escaping a crime scene." She laughed, sharp, before she could stop. "Something like that. I was just leaving already." His head tilted, studying her. Nights barely started. Nora shifted, the dress itching. "I'm not really a guest. I was working, serving. Actually, I don't belong here." He didn't flinch, didn't glance at her wrinkled dress or stained heels. "Says who?" She stared, caught off guard. "I mean, look around. These people, they're, people," he finished. His voice firm but kind, just louder about it. He extended a hand. Caleb Thornton. Her heart skipped. That name. She'd heard it headlines. Maybe, or whispers at the coffee shop. Tech mogul. Millionaire. Something big. She shook his hand, her palm clammy. "Nora. Nora Bennett." "Nora," he repeated, like tasting it. "Let me guess. You're an artist." Her eyes widened. "How'd you know? Your hands," he said, glancing down. "Paint under your nails. Hard to miss." She curled her fingers, embarrassed. I haven't painted in a while. Bills. You know, he nodded. No judgment. I know. A server passed with champagne. Caleb grabbed 2 flutes, handing her one. 2 accidents, he said, raising his. She hesitated, then clinked hers. To not getting fired, he chuckled. A warm sound. Deep. You're safe. I won't tell. They stood, the crowd buzzing around them. Nora sipped, the bubbles sharp. She didn't know why he was talking to her, why he wasn't walking away to join the glittering women in diamonds. Why are you here? She asked. Bold. You don't seem like you enjoy this. His smile faded, just a touch. My daughter, Ellie. She loves these events, the causes, the stories. She's 8. Thinks she's saving the world. Nora's chest warmed. That's sweet. Where is she? With her nanny, he said, his eyes softening. She's not big on crowds, but she made me promise to bid on something. Nora smiled. Real now. Sounds like a good kid. She is. He paused. Studying her. What about you? Why serving? Why not painting? Her smile faltered. Art doesn't pay rent, or student loans, or anything. Really? He nodded. Slow doesn't mean you stop being an artist. She looked at him, startled. No one had said that, not in years. Not her parents, not her ex, not herself. Maybe, she said, soft. But it's hard to believe sometimes. I get that, he said, his voice low. Harder to keep going than to stop. She studied him, his face open, his eyes carrying something heavy. Loss. Maybe. You sound like you know, she said. Careful, he exhaled. Faint. I do. A woman in a red gown approached, her smile too wide. Caleb, the board's asking for you. Auction's starting. He didn't look away from Nora. 5 minutes. Lauren. The woman's smile tightened, her eyes flicking to Nora. Curious. She nodded. Leaving, Caleb turned back. Stay, he said. Soft. 10 minutes. I'll be back. Nora's heart raced. Why? Because I want to hear more, he said. Simple. About you. Your art. Your world. She blinked. Stunned. Okay, she said. Quiet. 10 minutes, he smiled. Warm, and walked off. His suit blending into the crowd. Nora stood, alone, the champagne flute cold in her hand. Her pulse thundered. Caleb Thornton, millionaire, single dad, wanted to talk to her. It didn't make sense. She didn't belong here, in this dress, this room, this life. Every instinct screamed to run, to slip out before he realized she was a nobody. 10 minutes passed, then 20 vases. The auction started, voices rising, applause echoing. Caleb didn't return. Nora's stomach twisted. Of course, men like him didn't chase women like her. It was a moment. A fluke. She set the flute down, her heels clicking as she headed for the exit. The cold September air hit her outside, sharp, matching the ache in her chest. She walked to the subway, the dress heavy, her heart heavier. Just another night, she told herself. Just another dream. The next morning, Nora pushed through the door of Brew and Bean, the coffee shop where she worked. The air smelled of roasted beans and cinnamon. Grounding her, her apron was stained, her hair in a messy bun. Last night felt like a fever dream. Caleb's eyes, his voice, his hand. She shook it off, tying her apron, grabbing a rag to wipe the counter. Morning. Nora, her coworker. Sam, called. Steaming milk. You look like you saw a ghost. Long night, she muttered, forcing a smile. Gala stuff. Sam grinned. Spill. Any hot millionaires sweep you off your feet? She laughed. Sharp. Yeah. Right. The bell above the door jingled. Nora didn't look up, focused on restocking lids. Welcome to Brew and Bean, she said. Automatic. What can I... Nora. That voice. Low. Warm. Familiar. She froze, her eyes lifting. Caleb Thornton stood at the counter, in a navy coat, holding a paper bag and a coffee tray. His hair was slightly tousled, his eyes still green. Still steady, he smiled. Small. You left before I could find you. Her heart tripped. What are you doing here? He set the bag down. I owed you breakfast. Croissant. Chocolate. Hope I guessed right. She stared, the rag limp in her hand. How did you find me? Asked around, he said. Simple. Your manager at the Gala said you worked here. Took a chance. Sam's jaw dropped behind the espresso machine. Nora ignored him, her mind spinning. You tracked me down. Caleb's smile softened. I told you I wanted to hear more. I meant it. She blinked, stunned. I've got 20 minutes before the rush. Then I'll take all 20 up, he said, gesturing to a corner table. She hesitated, then nodded, grabbing a coffee for herself. They sat, the shop's hum fading. He tore open the bag, handing her the croissant. Still warm. Eat, he said. You look like you need it. She laughed, soft, breaking a piece off. You don't have to do this. I know, he said, sipping his coffee, but I wanted to. Last night, I got pulled into a bid. By the time I got back, you were gone. She shrugged, her cheeks warm. Figured you had better things to do. His eyes narrowed. Gentle, not better, just louder. He leaned forward. Tell me about your art. What do you paint? She paused. The croissant forgotten. Portraits. Mostly. People, places, things that feel alive. But I haven't had time or money. Canvas isn't cheap. He nodded. Listening. Really listening. What's the last thing you painted? She hesitated, then smiled, faint. A kid in the park, maybe 6. He was feeding ducks, laughing. I sketched it on a napkin. It's probably in my bag somewhere. His eyes lit up. I want to see it. She laughed, sharp. It's just a sketch. It's yours, he said, firm. That's enough. Nora studied him, his face open, his interest real. Why are you here, Caleb? Really? He exhaled. Slow, because you made me laugh. Last night, in that room full of people pretending to be something, you were real. I haven't felt that in a while. Her chest tightened. What about Ellie? She okay with you, chasing baristas? He chuckled. Warm. She'd love you. She's all about helping people. Thinks I'm too serious. Nora smiled. Soft. She sounds like trouble. The best kind, he said, his eyes warm. His phone buzzed, a reminder flashing. He glanced at it, then back at her. I've got a meeting, but dinner tonight. There's an art exhibit at MoMA. Thought you might like it. Her heart raced. I work late. Gallery shift. After. Then, he said, undeterred, I'll wait. She stared, torn. This was crazy. He was a millionaire, a dad, a world apart. But his eyes, his voice, they pulled her in. Okay, she said. Quiet. After. He stood, smiling. Good. I'll find you. He left, the bell jingling. The bag still on the table. Nora sat, stunned, the croissant warm in her hand. Sam leaned over, grinning. Girl, what was that? Trouble, she said, smiling, her heart light. The best kind. That night, Nora swept the gallery floor, her jeans paint splattered, her hair loose. The exhibit was quiet, Just a few late guests. She thought of Caleb, his smile, his promise. Would he show, or was this another dream? Too big for her world. She pushed the broom, her heart heavy, her hope fragile. The door opened. Caleb stepped in a dark sweater, holding 2 coffees. Thought you might need this, he said, handing her one. She took it, her fingers brushing his. You came. Told you I would, he said, his eyes steady. He glanced at the paintings, bold abstracts in red and gold. These yours. She laughed, sharp. No, I just clean up. He nodded, serious. One day, they will be. Her breath caught. No one believed in her. Not like that. You don't even know me, she said, soft. I'm learning, he said, stepping closer, and I like what I see. They walked through the gallery, talking art, life, Ellie's love for glitter. Nora laughed, easy, her guard slipping. Caleb listened, his eyes warm, his presence real. At closing, he drove her to a diner. Neon lights glowing, they ate fries. Shared stories, the world fading. Nora felt seen, not as a server, not as a failure, but as herself. As he dropped her at her apartment, he paused. Tomorrow, there's a park Ellie loves. Come with us. Her heart raced. You sure? Never been surer, he said, his smile soft. She nodded, her chest warm. Okay, tomorrow. He drove off, the city alive around her. Nora stood, coffee in hand, her heart full, a crash, a chance, a man who saw her. Her life was shifting, and she wasn't scared. Not yet. What's next for Nora? Caleb and Ellie. Will a chance collision become a new beginning, or will the world pull them apart? Stay tuned for Chapter 2, where hearts open and shadows creep in. The September sun hung low over Central Park, painting the grass gold and the leaves a soft amber. Nora Bennett walked beside Caleb Thornton, her sneakers scuffing the path, her heart a quiet drumbeat. She wore jeans and a faded green sweater, her hair loose, a sketchbook tucked under her arm. Caleb, in a gray jacket and dark jeans, looked less like a millionaire and more like a dad, his eyes scanning the park for his daughter, Ellie. The air smelled of earth and pretzels. The city's hum softened by the trees. Nora's coffee from last night's diner still warmed her thoughts, along with Caleb's words. Never been surer. She didn't know why he wanted her here, why he saw her. But for now, she let herself believe it. There she is, Caleb said, his voice soft. He pointed to a girl by the pond, her brown curls bouncing as she tossed bread to ducks. Ellie, 8, wore a blue coat and glittery sneakers, her laugh carrying across the water. A woman, her nanny. Nora guessed, sat on a bench nearby, reading. Caleb waved, and Ellie spun, her face lighting up. Dad. She ran over, then slowed, her eyes on Nora, shy but curious. Ellie, this is Nora, Caleb said, kneeling to her level. She's the artist I told you about. Nora's chest tightened. Artist. She hadn't been called that in years. She crouched, smiling. Hi, Ellie. Your dad says you're a glitter expert. Ellie's eyes widened, a grin breaking through. I love glitter, but Dad says it gets everywhere. Caleb chuckled, ruffling her hair. Because it does. My car's still sparkling from your last project. Nora laughed. Easy. Glitter's like magic. Hard to control, but worth it. Ellie nodded. Serious. Exactly. Want to see the ducks? They're super fat. Lead the way, Nora said. Standing. Ellie grabbed her hand, small and warm, pulling her toward the pond. Caleb followed, his smile quiet, his eyes on them. Nora felt his gaze, steady, like a tether. She didn't know how to do this, meet a kid, fit into a life so different from hers, but Ellie's chatter made it simple. At the pond, Ellie handed Nora a piece of bread. You gotta throw it far, or the mean ducks steal it. Nora tossed it, the bread arcing over the water. Ducks swarmed, quacking. Whoa, they're intense, she said, laughing. Totally. Ellie giggled, throwing her own piece. Caleb leaned against a tree, watching, his hands in his pockets. Nora caught his eye, her cheeks warming. He nodded, like he approved, like she belonged here. She turned back to Ellie, her heart light but wary. This was too easy, too good. Things like this didn't last. Ellie plopped onto the grass, pulling a notebook from her backpack. I draw ducks sometimes. Want to see? Nora sat beside her, cross-legged. Show me. Ellie flipped open the notebook, pages filled with crayons and sparkles. Ducks, trees, a stick figure family, 2 people. One tall, one small. Nora's throat tightened. No, Mom. She glanced at Caleb, his face soft but distant, like he saw the same gap. These are awesome, Ellie, Nora said, pointing to a glittery duck. You're a pro. Ellie beamed. You draw, too, right? Dad said you're super good. Nora hesitated, her sketchbook heavy in her lap. I try. Haven't in a while. Draw something now, Ellie said, shoving a crayon at her. Please. Nora glanced at Caleb, who'd joined them, sitting on the grass. Go for it, he said, his voice warm. I'd like to see, too. She exhaled, opening her sketchbook. Blank pages stared back, a reminder of years lost to bills and doubt. She took the crayon purple, Ellie's choice, and sketched a duck. Quick lines, a quirky beak. Ellie clapped. It's so cool. Do another, Nora smiled, her hand moving faster, sketching Ellie tossing bread. Her curls wild. The lines felt alive, like waking up. Caleb watched, quiet, his eyes tracing her hands. You're good, he said. Low, really good. Her cheeks burned. It's just a sketch. It's you, he said. Simple. That's enough. Ellie tugged her sleeve. Can you teach me, like, how to make it look real? Nora nodded, her heart full. Sure. Start with shapes. Circles for the body, triangles for the beak. She guided Ellie's hand, their crayons moving together. Caleb leaned back, his smile soft. The park alive around them, kids shouting, dogs barking, leaves rustling. Nora felt it. A moment so perfect it scared her. She didn't belong in this picture. Did she? A woman approached, mid-40s, in a neat coat. Mr. Thornton. Ellie's tutor's at 4. Thanks. Clara, Caleb said. Standing, we'll head out soon. Clara nodded, returning to her bench. Caleb looked at Nora. Tutor's math. Ellie hates it. Math's evil. Ellie said, dramatic. Can Nora come next time? Nora froze, her crayon pausing. Caleb met her eyes, his gaze steady. If she wants to. She swallowed. Ellie's hope heavy. Maybe, she said. Soft. If I'm not working. Ellie grinned, satisfied. Caleb's phone buzzed, and he glanced at it, his jaw tightening. Work, he muttered, stepping away to answer. Nora watched, his shoulders tense, his voice low. Ellie drew quietly, humming. Nora sketched a tree, her mind spinning. Caleb's world tutors, nannies. Calls was so far from hers. Could she fit here? Did she want to? Caleb returned, his face smooth but tired. Sorry, deal's hitting a snag. Everything okay? Nora asked. Cautious. It will be, he said, sitting. Always is. He looked at Ellie's drawing, smiling. You two make a good team. Ellie giggled. Nora's fun. She doesn't make me do fractions. Nora laughed. Don't tell your tutor. They stayed another hour. Drawing. Talking. Ellie's laughter, a melody. Caleb bought pretzels from a cart, handing Nora one, their fingers brushing. Thanks for coming, he said. Low. Means a lot. To both of us. Her chest warmed. Thanks for asking. As the sun dipped, Clara returned, signaling time. Ellie hugged Nora, quick and tight. Had to see you soon. Okay. Nora nodded, her throat tight. Okay, kid. Caleb walked her to the park's edge, Ellie and Clara ahead. Dinner tomorrow, he asked, his eyes searching. Just us. Somewhere quiet. Her heart raced. I've got a shift. Coffee shop. But after, I'll wait, he said. His smile warned. However long it takes, she nodded. Her cheeks hot. Good night. Caleb. Good night. Nora. He walked off. Ellie's hand in his, her glittery sneakers flashing. Nora stood, alone. The park fading into dusk. Her sketchbook felt alive again. Her heart too, but doubt crept in. Cold. Caleb's world was big. Bright. Heavy. Could she carry it? The next morning, Nora tied her apron at Brew and Bean. The coffee shop's hum familiar. Sam, her co-worker, leaned on the counter, grinning. So, Mr. Millionaire, spill. Nora rolled her eyes, wiping a spill. His name's Caleb. We hung out. That's it. Hung out. Sam scoffed. He tracked you down with croissants. That's not casual. She shrugged. Her cheeks warm. He's nice. His kid's sweet. Sam's eyes narrowed. Kid. Oh. Girl, you're in deep. Shut up, Nora said, laughing, tossing a rag at him. The bell jingled, customers streaming in. She worked, pouring lattes. Her mind on Ellie's ducks, Caleb's smile. Her sketchbook sat in her bag. The new drawings, a spark she hadn't felt in years. Was this real, or was she dreaming too big? At lunch, she sat in the back, sketching a park bench, Ellie's curls. Caleb's eyes, Sam peeked over. Damn, Nora. You're good. She smiled. Shy. Said thanks. Just messing around. You should show these, like, at a gallery. She laughed. Sharp. Yeah, right? Galleries don't want napkins. They'd want you, Sam said. Serious? Think about it. She nodded. Her heart heavy. Art was her past. Not her future. Bills. Shifts. Survival. That was her now. But Caleb's voice echoed. It's you. That's enough. Teton. She closed the sketchbook. Her hands shaky. Maybe he was right. Maybe she was enough. Her shift ended at 9. She stepped outside, the air crisp. Expecting to walk home, Caleb leaned against the black car, holding 2 coffees. Thought you'd need this, he said, handing her one. Her heart skipped. You're here. Promised I would be, he said, his eyes warm, hungry. She nodded, smiling, starving. They drove to a small Italian place, tucked between brownstones. Inside, candles flickered, the air rich with garlic and basil. They sat in a corner, plates of pasta between them. Caleb leaned forward, his sleeves rolled up, his watch catching the light. How was your day? He asked. Simple. Busy, she said. Twirling spaghetti, poured a million coffees. Sketched a little, his eyes lit up. Show me. She hesitated, then pulled her sketchbook from her bag, flipping to the park scene. Caleb studied it. Quiet. This is Ellie, he said. Soft. You got her laugh just right. Her cheeks warmed. It's rough. It's perfect, he said. Firm. You see people. Nora. Really see them. She looked down, her heart full. Thanks. They talked his work, her shifts, Ellie's obsession with glitter. He told her about his company, a software firm he'd built from nothing. Now a giant. It's a lot, he said, his voice low. Meetings, deals, pressure. But Ellie, she keeps me grounded. Nora nodded, her fork still. She's lucky to have you. He smiled. Faint. I'm the lucky one. He paused, his eyes searching. Her mom, she passed 3 years ago. Cancer. Ellie was 5. Her chest ached. I'm sorry. He nodded. Slow. It's hard. For her, mostly. She's tough, but she misses her. Nora reached out, her hand brushing his. You're doing good. Caleb. She's happy, his fingers curled around hers. Warm. Thanks. Means a lot. They ate. The silence, easy. Nora felt it. A pull, like gravity. Caleb wasn't just a millionaire. He was real. Raw. Carrying a weight she understood. Loss. Love. Hope. She wanted to know more. To be part of it. But fear lingered. Cold. His world was too big. Too bright. He drove her home. The city lights blurring. At her apartment, he walked her to the door. Tomorrow, he said, soft. Ellie's got a school art show. Come with us. Her heart raced. You sure? Absolutely, he said, his eyes steady. She'd love it. I would, too. She nodded, smiling. Okay, tomorrow. He leaned in, his lips brushing her cheek. Soft, quick. Good night, Nora. Good night, she whispered, her skin tingling. He walked off. The car's lights fading. She stood, her heart pounding, the city alive around her. A kiss, a promise, a family. Was this hers? Could it be? The next day, Nora met Caleb and Ellie at Ellie's school, a private building in Manhattan. Its halls bright with kid art. Ellie ran over, her dress covered in paint. Nora, you came. Wouldn't miss it, Nora said, hugging her. Caleb smiled, his hand grazing Nora's back. Warm. Ellie led them to her display. A glittery collage of stars. It's the sky, she said, proud. Like mom's up there. Nora's throat tightened. It's beautiful. Ellie. Caleb knelt, his eyes soft. She'd love it, kiddo. They walked the show, Ellie chattering. Caleb's hand brushing Nora's. Parents stared, whispering, That's Caleb Thornton. Who's she? Tiso. Nora's cheeks burned, her sweater too thin. Her jeans too warm. She didn't belong here. Did she? A woman approached. Blonde, in a sleek dress. Caleb, she said. Her smile sharp. Didn't expect you here. Laura, he said. Cool. Ellie's show. Wouldn't miss it. Laura's eyes flicked to Nora. Curious. And you are? Nora, she said. Her voice steady. A friend. Laura's smile tightened. Charming. Caleb, we should talk. The board's meeting next week. Call my office, he said, firm, guiding Nora away. Ellie tugged her hand. Oblivious, Nora's heart sank. Laura's look judging. Cold felt like a warning. Caleb's world wasn't just big. It was guarded. Sharp. At the show's end, Ellie hugged them both. Can Nora come to our house? She asked. Hopeful. Caleb looked at Nora, his eyes warm. If she wants, Nora nodded. Her chest tight. I'd like that. They drove to Caleb's penthouse, a sleek space overlooking the city. Glass walls, soft rugs. Ellie's art everywhere. Nora stood. Awed, her sneakers loud on the wood. This is, wow, Caleb smiled, handing her a water. It's home. For now, Ellie pulled her to a table. Paint and glitter spread out. Let's make something. Nora sat, her hands moving, helping Ellie glue stars. Caleb watched, leaning against the counter, his eyes soft. You're good with her, he said, low. She's easy to like, Nora said, smiling. But doubt crept in. Ellie. Caleb. This life, it was too much. Too fast. Could she keep up? Days passed, a blur of shifts and moments. Caleb sent a car after her gallery closes, left sketches on her counter with notes. Saw this. Thought of you. Nora drew more, her sketchbook filling Ellie's smile. Caleb's hands, the city's pulse. They met in parks, diners, museums. Ellie always there. Her laughter a bridge, Nora felt it. A family forming, fragile but real. But whispers followed. At the coffee shop, Sam showed her a tabloid, Thornton's mystery woman. A grainy photo, her and Caleb at the park. People are talking, Sam said. Worried. You okay? Nora nodded, her stomach cold. It's fine. It wasn't. Customers stared. Coworkers whispered. At a gallery shift, a guest, Rich, loud laughed. You're Thornton's girl. Cute. Nora's jaw tightened. I'm me. She called Caleb that night. Her voice shaky. People know. They're saying things, he exhaled. Slow. I'm sorry. I should have warned you. My life, it's public. I don't care about them, she said. Honest. But am I enough? For you. For Ellie. Silence. Then his voice. Firm. Nora. You're more than enough. You're everything. Her eyes stung. Okay. Come over, he said. Soft. Just us. Ellie's asleep. She went. The penthouse quiet. The city glowing below. Caleb opened the door, pulling her close. His arms warm. I'm here, he said, his lips on her hair. We're here, she nodded, her heart full, her fear fading. They sat, talking, his hand in hers. Nora felt it. A spark, a home. But outside, the world watched, waiting to pull them apart. The New York skyline glittered beyond Caleb Thornton's penthouse windows, a canvas of lights that felt both infinite and cold. Nora Bennett sat on his leather couch, her knees tucked under, a mug of tea warming her hands. It was late, past midnight, the city's hum, a distant pulse. Ellie slept down the hall, her glittery drawings taped to the fridge. Caleb leaned against the kitchen island, his shirt unbuttoned at the collar, his eyes on Nora steady, warm, but searching. They'd talked for hours, her fears spilling out. The tabloid photo, the whispers at work, the guest's sneer. Thornton's girl, and his promise, your everything still echoed, a lifeline she clung to. But doubt, sharp and cold, lingered in her chest. Could she live in his world? Did she want to? Thanks for letting me come over, Nora said, her voice soft. I needed this. Caleb crossed the room, sitting beside her, close enough that she felt his warmth. You don't need to thank me, he said, his hand brushing hers. I want you here. She nodded, her eyes on the mug, steam curling up. It's just a lot. The looks, the comments. I'm not used to being seen like that. His jaw tightened, a flicker of guilt in his eyes. I should have protected you better. My life, it comes with noise. She met his gaze. Honest. I don't blame you. I just don't know if I'm enough for it. He leaned closer, his voice low, firm. Nora, you're enough. For me, for Ellie, for anyone who matters. The rest. It's just static. Her heart warmed. But the static was loud. She thought of Sam's warning at the coffee shop. The tabloid's grainy photo. The guest's laugh. Cute. She wasn't cute. She was Nora Artist. Barista. Dreamer. Drowning in bills. Caleb's world penthouse. Boardrooms. Galas was a universe away, yet here she was. In his home, his hand on hers. His daughter's trust in her heart. It felt right. But fragile, like a sketch she could smudge. Tell me about her, Nora said. Soft. Ellie's mom. If you want to, Caleb exhaled. Slow, his eyes distant. Clara. She was. Bright. Laughed loud. Loved hard. Ellie's got her curls. Her heart. Cancer took her fast. 3 years ago. Ellie was 5. Nora's chest ached. I'm so sorry. He nodded, his hand tightening on hers. It's not just losing her. It's watching Ellie miss her. She's tough. But nights are hard. She asks questions I can't answer. Nora thought of Ellie's collage, stars for her mom. You're giving her answers, Caleb. Every day. His eyes softened. You help. She lights up with you. Like she used to. Her throat tightened. She's special. So are you, he said, his voice raw. He leaned in, his lips brushing her forehead. Soft, steady. She closed her eyes, his warmth a shield. But doubt whispered, you're temporary. A distraction. You don't belong. Just a... She pulled back, her smile faint. I should go. It's late. Stay, he said, quick, his eyes searching. Guest room's ready. Ellie'd love waking up to you. Her heart raced. Stay. In his home, his life. It was too much. Too soon. I can't. Work tomorrow. Early shift. He nodded. Slow? Standing. Okay. Let me drive you. She smiled. Grateful. Thanks. The city blurred past as Caleb drove. The radio low. Jazz notes soft. Nora leaned against the window, her sketchbook in her lap, her thoughts heavy. At her apartment, he parked, walking her to the door. Tomorrow, he said, soft. Ellie's got a play date. Come over after... She nodded, her chest warm. I'd like that. He leaned in, his lips grazing hers, brief but real. Good night, Nora. Good night, she whispered, her heart pounding. She watched him drive off, the city swallowing his car. Inside, her apartment felt small, cold. The tabloid on her table glaring. Mystery woman. So she tossed it in the trash, but the words stayed. A shadow she couldn't shake. Morning came too fast. The coffee shop's buzz, pulling Nora back to reality. She tied her apron, her eyes tired, her mind on Caleb's kiss. Ellie's laugh. Sam leaned on the counter, grinning. So, how's Prince Charming? Nora rolled her eyes, pouring espresso. He's... Caleb. We're just figuring it out. Sam's grin faded, his voice low. Be careful. Nora, papers are talking. Some lady at my gym said you're after his money. Her stomach dropped. What? He shrugged. Uneasy. Just gossip. But it's loud. She nodded, her hands shaky. Thanks for the heads up. The shift dragged, customers staring. Whispering, a woman in a designer coat smirked. Leaving a tabloid by the register, Nora's face stared back. Blurry. Leaving the Gala. Thornton's new fling. And she shoved it under the counter, her cheeks burning. This wasn't her. She wasn't a fling. A gold digger. Was she? At lunch. She sketched in the back, her pencil sharp, Ellie's curls. Caleb's hands. The lines were bold, alive, like her heart. But the whispers followed, a cloud over her spark. She thought of Caleb's penthouse, Ellie's trust, his promise, you're enough. She wanted to believe it, but the world screamed otherwise. Her phone buzzed, a text from Caleb. Ellie's asking for you. 6 p.m. A photo followed. Ellie holding a glittery star, grinning. Nora smiled, her heart light. I'll be there. Adasam, she typed, her doubt softening. For Ellie, for Caleb, for herself. At 6, Nora reached Caleb's building, her sketchbook under her arm, her nerves buzzing. The doorman nodded. Familiar now. Letting her up. Caleb opened the door, in a sweater and jeans, his smile warm. You made it. Wouldn't miss it, she said, stepping in. Ellie ran over, hugging her legs. Nora. We're making pizza. Nora laughed, kneeling. Pizza. You're a chef now. Yep, Ellie said. Pulling her to the kitchen, flour dusted the counter. Sauce cans open, cheese scattered. Caleb grinned, tossing dough. She's the boss tonight. Nora joined them. Rolling dough, Ellie giggling as flour puffed up. Caleb's hand brushed hers, warm. As they spread sauce, you're good at this, he said, low. It's pizza, she said, smiling, not rocket science. It's you, he said, his eyes steady. That's enough. Her cheeks warmed, Ellie's chatter filling the gap. They ate on the couch, pizza greasy. Ellie's face sauced. Nora felt it. A home, a family. But the tabloid's words lingered, a crack in the warmth. After dinner, Ellie showed her a drawing, a stick figure trio, labeled Dad, Mao, Nora. Nora's throat tightened. This is us. Yep, Ellie said, proud. You're fun. Caleb watched, his eyes soft. She's right. Nora smiled, her heart full. Her fear sharp, Ellie yawned, and Caleb carried her to bed, Nora following. They tucked her in, her glittery star glowing. Night, Nora, Ellie mumbled, sleepy. Night, kid, Nora whispered, her chest aching. In the hall, Caleb pulled her close, his arms warm. Thanks for tonight, he said, his voice low. Thanks for this, she said, gesturing to the penthouse, to them. It's a lot, but I like it. He smiled, his lips brushing her temple. Good. They sat on the balcony, the city below, wine in hand. Nora exhaled, her voice soft. People are talking, at work, about us. His jaw tightened. I know, I saw the papers. She looked at him, her eyes searching. Does it bother you? It bothers me that it hurts you, he said, firm. Nora, I don't care what they say. I care about you. Her heart raced. I'm trying to believe that, but your world, it's big. I'm just me. He set his glass down, turning to her. You're not just anything. You're Nora. You make Ellie laugh. You make me feel again. That's bigger than any headline. Her eyes stung. His words a balm. Okay, she whispered. He leaned in, kissing her, slow, real. She melted into it, her doubt fading, his warmth, her anchor. But outside, the city watched, its whispers a storm brewing. The next day, Nora's shift at the gallery was quiet, the air heavy with paint and polish. She swept, her mind on Caleb's kiss, Ellie's drawing. A guest approached, a man in a sharp suit, his smile too wide. You're Nora, right? Thornton's new friend. Her stomach twisted. I'm Nora. I work here. He chuckled. Low? Sure. Heard you're climbing fast. Smart move. She stiffened, her broom still. I'm not climbing anything. He raised a brow, skeptical. Whatever you say, sweetheart. He walked off, his laugh echoing. Nora's hands shook, her cheeks burning. Sweetheart, fling. Gold digger, the words piled up. Heavy, sharp. At lunch, she called Sam, her voice tight. It's getting worse. People think I'm using him, Sam sighed. Soft, Nora. You know you're not. Does Caleb know? Yeah, she said. Low. He says it doesn't matter. But it does. Talk to him, Sam said, firm. Don't let this eat you, she nodded. Hanging up. Her sketchbook sat open. A new drawing. Caleb's eyes. Ellie's star. She traced the lines, her heart heavy. She wasn't using him. She loved him. The word hit her. Sudden. Real. Love. Was it too soon? Too big? That night, Caleb met her at the coffee shop. His car idling. They drove to a diner. Neon lights warm. Over fries. She exhaled, her voice low. It's bad, Caleb. The talk. At work. The gallery. People think I'm after your money. His jaw tightened, his hand on hers. They're wrong. I know, she said, her eyes stinging. But it hurts. I don't fit in your world. He leaned forward, his voice fierce. You fit with me, with Ellie. That's my world. Her chest warmed, but doubt lingered. What if it's too much? For me, he studied her, his eyes raw. Then we make it smaller. Just us. No noise. She nodded, slow, her heart full. Okay. They ate. The silence heavy but real. Caleb drove her home, his hand in hers. At her door, he kissed her. Deep, steady. We're enough, he whispered. Enough, she echoed. Her heart light, her fear quiet. For now, days blurred. A rhythm of shifts and sparks. Caleb sent flowers to the coffee shop. A note in his sharp handwriting. For you. Always. Nora sketched more. Her pages alive, Ellie's laugh, Caleb's touch. Their pizza nights. They met in quiet places, parks, bookstores, his penthouse. Ellie drew with her. Caleb watched. Their world small, warm, real, but the noise grew. A new tabloid hit. Thornton's barista. Love or leverage. Nora's photo. Leaving the gallery. Her jeans paint splattered. Customers whispered. Coworkers stared. At the gallery, her manager, Karen, pulled her aside. Nora. This attention. It's distracting. Clients are talking. Nora's stomach dropped. I'm doing my job. Karen sighed, soft. I know, but be careful. This could cost you. Nora nodded. Her hands cold. Cost her. Her job, her art, her heart. She called Caleb. Her voice shaky. It's not stopping. My boss, she's worried. He exhaled. Sharp. Come over. Now, she went. The penthouse quiet. Ellie at a sleepover. Caleb pulled her close, his arms tight. I'm sorry, he said, his voice raw. I didn't want this for you. It's not your fault, she said, honest. But I'm scared. He cupped her face, his eyes fierce. You're not losing anything. Not your job. Not me. Not us. She nodded, her eyes stinging. Promise, promise, he said, kissing her. Slow, real. They sat, tangled. The city below, Nora felt it. A spark, a home. But the world's eyes burned, a shadow she couldn't escape. A week later, Nora stood at Ellie's school, a fundraiser fair buzzing with kids and parents. Caleb was late, stuck in a meeting. Ellie pulled her to a face paint booth, her grin wide. Be a star, she said, pointing to her cheek. Nora laughed, letting a teen paint a glittery star on her face. Ellie clapped, her own face a butterfly. Parents stared, whispering, That's her, Thornton's girl. Listen, Nora's smile faltered, her heart heavy. She didn't belong here. Did she? Caleb arrived, his tie loose, his eyes finding her. Sorry, he said, hugging Ellie. Then Nora, you look good as a star. She smiled, Faint. Thanks. They walked the fair, Ellie running ahead. A woman approached. Laura from the art show, her smile sharp. Nora, she said. Cool. You're everywhere. Nora stiffened. Just here for Ellie. Laura's eyes flicked to Caleb. Of course. Caleb, we need to talk. The merger's shaky. Later, he said, firm. His hand on Nora's back. Laura walked off. Her glance cold. Nora's chest tightened. Laura, the papers. The stairs, they were a wall, closing in. Ellie ran back, holding a balloon. Nora, look. Cool, kid, Nora said, forcing a smile. Caleb watched, his eyes worried. You okay? He asked. Low, she nodded. Lying. Fine. That night, at his penthouse, Ellie asleep, Nora stood on the balcony. The city vast below. Caleb joined her, his arms around her. Talk to me, he said, soft. She exhaled, her voice shaky. It's too much. Caleb. The looks. The papers. Laura. I'm losing myself. He turned her, his eyes raw. You're not losing anything. You're Nora. My Nora. Her eyes stung. Am I? Or am I just your story? He cupped her face, his voice fierce. You're my heart. You and Ellie. I'll fix this. I'll make it quiet. She nodded. Slow, his warmth, her anchor. Okay. He kissed her, deep. Real. She melted, her doubt fading, his promise a spark. But outside, the world waited. Its shadows hungry, its whispers loud. Nora Bennett stood in the dim light of her Brooklyn apartment, her sketchbook open on the kitchen table. Its pages alive with Ellie's stars, Caleb Thornton's hands. The city's pulse. The clock read 1A. The September chill seeping through the window. Her shift at Brew and Bean had ended hours ago, but sleep wouldn't come. Caleb's promise on the penthouse balcony, I'll make it quiet, echoed, warm but heavy. The tabloids, the whispers. Laura's sharp smile, they were a storm, and she was its center. She traced a sketch of Ellie's butterfly face paint, her heart aching. Could she trust Caleb's world? Could she trust herself? Her phone buzzed. A text from Caleb. You awake. Ellie drew you a picture today. A photo followed Ellie's crayon art. A stick figure, Nora, with a glittery star on her cheek. Standing beside a tall Caleb and a tiny Ellie, Nora smiled. Her chest tight. Tell her I love it. Shout, she typed, her fingers trembling. You okay? Aye, he replied. She paused, then wrote, trying to be night. She set the phone down. The silence, loud. Caleb saw her. Ellie trusted her, but the world's eyes burned, questioning her place, her worth. She closed the sketchbook, her hands cold. Tomorrow. Caleb had invited her to a quiet dinner at his penthouse. Just them. No noise. She wanted it his warmth. His truth, but fear clung. A shadow she couldn't shake. She thought of her life before. Shifts. Bills. A canvas gathering dust. Caleb had woken something in her. A spark she'd buried. But sparks could burn. Couldn't they? Morning light filtered through Brew and Bean's windows. The coffee shop humming with early commuters. Nora tied her apron, her eyes tired. Her mind on Caleb's text. Sam, her co-worker, leaned on the counter. His grin sly. So, how's the penthouse life? Nora rolled her eyes. Steaming milk. It's not like that. Sam, sure, he teased, handing her a cup. Millionaires don't chase baristas for coffee. She laughed. Sharp, but her heart sank. The tabloid under the counter, Thornton's barista. Love or leverage. How felt like a weight. Customers stared. Some subtle, others bold. A man in a suit smirked, leaving a tip with a note. Nice catch. Nora crumpled it, her cheeks burning. She wasn't a catch. She was Nora, trying to breathe. At lunch, she sat in the back, sketching a park bench, Ellie's balloon. Caleb's eyes, the lines were bold, but her hand shook. Sam slid beside her, his voice low. You okay? You're quiet. She exhaled. Slow. The talk, it's everywhere. Work. The gallery. Now here, he nodded. Serious. People suck. But Caleb, he's for real, right? Yeah, she said. Soft. He is? Then hold on, Sam said. Firm. Don't let the noise win. She smiled, faint, closing her sketchbook. I'm trying. Her shift ended at 5. She walked to the subway, her bag heavy, the city's pulse loud. A newsstand caught her eye. A new headline. Thornton's secret romance. Who is she? Her face, grainy. Leaving the gallery, she turned away, her stomach cold. Secret. The word stung. She wasn't a secret. She was his heart, he'd said. But the world didn't care. At Caleb's penthouse, the city sparkled below, its lights a distant promise. Nora stepped inside, her jeans and sweater feeling small against the glass walls. The soft rugs, Ellie's art everywhere. Caleb opened the door, in a dark shirt. His smile warm. You made it. Barely, she said, smiling, her nerves buzzing. Ellie ran over, hugging her. Nora, I drew you. I saw, Nora said. Kneeling. It's awesome. Kid, Ellie beamed. Pulling her to the kitchen. Dad's cooking. He's bad at it. Caleb laughed. Stirring sauce. I'm trying. Ellie, give me a break. Nora joined them, chopping vegetables. Ellie chattering about school. Caleb's hand brushed hers. Warm. As they worked. You look tired, he said. Low. Long day, she said, her smile faint. You. Same, he said, his eyes searching. But you're here. That's enough. Her chest warmed, but the tabloid's words lingered. After dinner, Ellie yawned, and Caleb tucked her in, Nora watching from the door. Night. Nora, Ellie mumbled, her star glowing. Night, kid, Nora whispered, her heart full. In the living room, Caleb poured wine, handing her a glass. They sat on the couch. The city below, the silence heavy. Talk to me, he said. Soft. You're quiet. She exhaled. Sip. It's the noise. New headline today. My face. Again. His jaw tightened. I saw it. I'm sorry. It's not just that, she said, her voice raw. People think I'm a user, a nobody chasing your money. It's at work, Caleb. My boss at the gallery, she's talking about distractions. He set his glass down, his hand on hers. You're not a nobody. You're Nora. She looked at him, her eyes stinging. Am I? Or am I just the story? He leaned closer, his voice fierce. You're my Nora. You're Ellie's star. You're enough. Her throat closed, tears hot. I want to believe that. Then do, he said, cupping her face. I'll fix the noise. I'm working on it. Trust me. She nodded. Slow, his warmth a shield. Okay. He kissed her. Slow, deep. His promise real. She melted. Her fear fading, his heart a home. But the world's whispers waited, sharp and cold. The next morning, Nora woke in the guest room. Sunlight soft. Caleb was in the kitchen, making coffee. Ellie at school. Morning, he said, her voice hoarse. Morning. He smiled, handing her a mug. Sleep okay? Yeah, she said, nodding. Sipping. Thanks for everything. He leaned against the counter, his eyes warm. I meant it. Nora. We're in this, she smiled. Faint, her heart light but wary. I know. He glanced at his watch. I've got a meeting, but lunch. There's a deli I love. She laughed. Soft. I'm free. Text me. He nodded, his lips brushing her cheek. Deal. She left, the city alive, her sketchbook heavy. At Brew and Bean, her shift was chaos spills, rude customers, whispers. A woman in a scarf stared, then muttered to her friend, "That's her." Nora's jaw tightened, her hands steady. She wasn't their story, she was hers. At lunch, Caleb met her at a deli, its air rich with pastrami and rye. They sat in a booth, sandwiches piled high. How's your day? He asked. Simple. Rough, she said. Honest. More stares. Meetings, he said, his smile faint. But you're the highlight. Her cheeks warmed. Smooth talker. It's true, he said, his eyes steady. I'm working on the press. My team's tracking the leaks. Her heart sank. Leaks. Someone's doing this. He nodded. Grim. Maybe my world. It's not kind. She exhaled. Slow. I'm learning that. He reached for her hand. Warm. We'll get through it. Together. She nodded, her chest tight. Together, they ate. The silence easy, his presence a spark. But doubt lingered, a crack in her trust. Who was leaking? Why? Was it Laura? Her sharp smile hiding a knife. That night, Nora worked the gallery, sweeping, her jeans paint splattered. Karen, her manager, approached, her face stern. Nora, we need to talk. Nora's stomach dropped. Okay. Karen crossed her arms. The attention, it's affecting clients. They're asking questions. I'm doing my job, Nora said, firm. I know, Karen said, soft. But this relationship, it's loud. Be careful. Nora nodded, her hands cold. I will. Karen left, her warning heavy. Nora swept, her mind racing. Lose her job. Her art, herself. She thought of Ellie's drawing, Caleb's kiss. They were worth it, weren't they? Her phone buzzed a text from Caleb. Ellie's asking for you. Movie night. She smiled. Typing. Amen. The gallery closed, and she headed to his penthouse, the city's lights a blur. Caleb opened the door. Ellie hugging her. Nora. We're watching The Lion King. Perfect, Nora said, laughing. They curled on the couch, popcorn spilling. Ellie singing, Caleb's arm around her. Warm, steady. Nora felt it. A home. A family. But Karen's words, the headlines, lingered. A shadow on her heart. After the movie, Ellie slept, and Nora stood on the balcony. The city vast. Caleb joined her, his arms around her. You're quiet, he said, soft. It's my boss, she said. Low. She's worried. The noise is costing me. His jaw tightened. I'll fix it. I'm meeting my PR team tomorrow. She turned, her eyes searching. How? It's everywhere. He cupped her face, his voice fierce. I'll make it stop. Trust me. She nodded, slow, his warmth her anchor. I'm trying. He kissed her, deep, real. She melted, her doubt fading, his promise a spark. But the world's eyes burned, waiting. Days passed, a blur of shifts and sparks. Caleb's team worked, tracing leaks, drafting statements. Nora sketched more. Her pages alive, Ellie's songs, Caleb's touch, their movie nights. They met in quiet places, diners, parks, his home. Ellie drew with her. Caleb watched. Their world small, warming, real. But the noise grew. A new article hit. Thornton's lover. A barista's ambition. Shots is Nora's photo. Pouring coffee. Her face tired. Customers whispered. Coworkers stared. At the gallery. A client, rich. Loud laughed. You're famous. Huh. Thornton's a lucky guy. Nora's jaw tightened. I'm me. She called Caleb, her voice shaky. Another article. It's worse. He exhaled. Sharp. I'm on it. Come over. She went. The penthouse quiet. Ellie at a friend's. Caleb pulled her close, his arms tight. We found the source. He said, low. Laura. She's been feeding the press. Nora's stomach dropped. Laura. Why? Jealousy. He said, grim. Old business. She wanted more influence. I shut her out. Nora nodded. Her hands cold. What now? I'll handle her, he said. Firm. She's done. She looked at him, her eyes stinging. Will it stop? Really? It will, he said, cupping her face. I promise. She nodded. Slow? His warmth, her shield. Okay. They sat, tangled. The city below, Nora felt it. A spark, a home. But Laura's shadow lingered, a crack in her trust. A week later, Nora stood at Ellie's school. A talent show buzzing with kids. Caleb was beside her. His hand in hers. Ellie backstage, nervous. She's gonna kill it, Nora said, smiling. She better, Caleb said. His eyes warm. She's been practicing all week. Parents stared, whispering, that's them. As Nora's chest tightened, but Caleb's hand grounded her. The show started. Kids singing, dancing, stumbling. Ellie walked on, her glittery dress sparkling. Her hands shaky, she sang. Soft at first, then strong. A song about stars. Nora's eyes stung. Caleb's hand tightening. She's amazing. Nora whispered. She is, he said, his voice raw. Thanks to you, Nora shook her head. It's all her. After, Ellie ran to them, hugging tight. Did I do okay? You were a star, Nora said, kneeling. The brightest. Caleb lifted her, grinning, proud of you. Kiddo, they left. The night cool, Ellie chattering. A woman approached Laura, her smile sharp. Caleb, she said. Cool, Nora. Cute family. Nora stiffened. Caleb's jaw tight. Laura, he said, cold. We're done. Laura's eyes narrowed. Careful, Caleb. Stories don't die easy. She walked off, her heels clicking. Nora's heart raced. What was that? Nothing, Caleb said, firm. She's out. My team's handling it. Nora nodded. Slow? Her fear sharp. Okay. That night, at the penthouse, Ellie asleep. Nora stood in the kitchen. Caleb pouring coffee. She's gone, he said, low. Laura's cut off. The press will quiet. Nora exhaled, slow. You sure? I'm sure, he said, pulling her close. You're safe. We're safe. She nodded, his warmth, her anchor. I trust you. He kissed her. Deep, real. She melted, her doubt fading. His promise, a spark. But Laura's words linger, a shadow on her heart. The next day, Nora's shift at Brew and Bean was calm, the whispers softer. Sam grinned, handing her a latte. Things quieting down. Seems like it, she said, smiling. Caleb's handling it. Good, Sam said, firm. You deserve quiet, she nodded, her heart light. At lunch, she sketched a stage, Ellie's song. Caleb's pride. The lines were bold, alive, like her hope. Maybe it was over. Maybe she could breathe. Her phone buzzed a text from Karen. Need to talk. Gallery. Tonight. So. Nora's stomach dropped. She typed, Ove? Her hands cold. Was it the noise? Her job? Herself? At the gallery, Karen stood by a painting, her face stern. Nora. The attention, it's settling. But we lost a client. They didn't like the drama. Nora's chest ached. I'm sorry. I didn't ask for this. I know, Karen said, soft. But you're keeping your job. For now. Nora nodded, her hands shaky. Thank you, Karen sighed. Just keep it quiet. Nora left. The city dark, her heart heavy. She called Caleb, her voice low. My boss, we lost a client. Because of me. He exhaled, sharp. I'm sorry. I'll make it right. How? She asked, her eyes stinging. It's done. Come over, he said, soft. We'll figure it out. She went. The penthouse warms. Ellie drawing. Caleb pulled her close, his arms tight. You're not losing anything, he said, fierce. Not your job. Not us. She nodded, slow. His warmth, her shield. I'm trying to believe that. He kissed her, slow, real. You will? They sat, Ellie showing her a new drawing 3 stars, labeled Us. Nora's heart swelled, her fear fading. They were enough. Weren't they? Days later, Nora stood at a park, Caleb and Ellie tossing a frisbee. The air was crisp, leaves falling. No cameras, no whispers. Just them. Caleb grinned, catching the frisbee, his eyes on her. Your turn, she laughed. Running, missing it. Ellie giggled, tackling her. They fell, grass cool. Their laughter loud. Caleb joined, his arm around her, warm. Nora felt it, a home, a spark. The noise was quiet. Laura gone, the world fading. That night, at the penthouse, Ellie asleep. Nora and Caleb stood on the balcony. The city below. It's better, she said, soft. The talk, it's stopping. He nodded, his arms around her. I told you it would. She turned, her eyes searching. Thank you for fighting for me. He cupped her face, his voice raw. Always. She kissed him. Deep, real, her heart full. The world's shadows lingered, but his light was brighter. For now, she trusted it, trusted him, trusted them. The October breeze swept through Central Park, carrying the scent of fallen leaves and roasted chestnuts. Nora Bennett walked hand in hand with Caleb Thornton, her scarf fluttering, her sketchbook tucked under her arm. Ellie Thornton skipped ahead, her glittery sneakers flashing, a balloon tied to her wrist bobbing in the wind. The park was alive, kids laughing, dogs chasing frisbees. The city's pulse softened by the trees. Nora's heart felt light, a spark kindled by weeks of quiet. The tabloids had faded. Laura's whispers silenced. Karen's warnings at the gallery softened. Caleb's promise, you're safe, we're safe, had held a shield against the world's noise. But Nora knew trust was fragile, like a sketch she could smudge. Today, though, she let herself believe in it, in them. Look, Nora, Ellie called, pointing to a street artist painting a mural. Bold swirls of blue and gold. It's like your drawings. Nora laughed, kneeling beside her. Kinda, but mine's got more glitter. Right? Totally. Ellie grinned, her curls wild. Caleb watched, his eyes warm, his hands squeezing Nora's. She felt it. A tether, grounding her in this moment, a family, a home, a spark she hadn't dared dream of months ago. You're good with her, Caleb said, low, as Ellie ran to watch the artist. Always have been. Nora's cheeks warmed. She makes it easy. He leaned closer, his voice soft. You make it real. Her heart raced, his words a brushstroke on her soul. She thought of their nights, pizza with Ellie, balcony talks. His kisses slow and sure. The noise was gone, but its echo lingered. A question. Could this last? Was she enough? So, she pushed it down, focusing on Ellie's laugh. Caleb's hand. The park's glow. Let's grab hot chocolate, Caleb said, nodding to a cart. Ellie's obsessed. Lead the way, Nora said. Smiling, they walked. Ellie chattering about school, her talent show, her new love for painting. Nora listened. Her sketchbook heavy, her heart full. At the cart, Caleb ordered 3 hot chocolates, handing Nora 1, their fingers brushing. Careful, he said, his eyes teasing. It's hot. Like, you're not, she shot back. Bold, her laugh soft. His grin widened, a spark in his gaze. Ellie giggled, sipping her drink. Marshmallow foam on her nose. Gross, she said. Dramatic. You guys are mushy, Nora laughed, wiping Ellie's nose. You're mushier. Kid. They sat on a bench, the city fading, their world small and warm. Nora sketched a balloon, Ellie's curls. Caleb's smile. Her lines were bold, alive. Like her hope, Caleb watched, quiet, his arm around her. You're back, he said, soft. The artist, she paused, her pencil still. Maybe you helped. He shook his head. It's all you. Her throat tightened. His faith a gift. She thought of her canvas, still blank in her apartment, her dreams buried under bills. Caleb saw her, not as a barista, not as a fling, but as Nora. She wanted to be that Nora, for him, for Ellie, for herself. Ellie tugged her sleeve. Can we paint tomorrow? At your place. Nora hesitated. Her apartment small, cluttered. Nothing like Caleb's penthouse. It's kind of messy, she said, shy. Messy's fun, Ellie said. Grinning, Caleb nodded. His eyes steady. Tomorrow, he said, soft. We'll bring the glitter, Nora smiled. Her heart light. Deal. The next morning, Nora rushed through her shift at Brew and Bean. The coffee shop's hum familiar. Sam, her coworker, leaned on the counter, grinning. So, you and Thornton, still glowing. Nora rolled her eyes, pouring a latte. We're good. Good. Sam scoffed. Girl, you're living a rom-com. She laughed. Soft, but her heart sank. The tabloids were quiet, but a new headline had flickered online. Thornton's love. A fairy tale or a fluke? Her photo. From the gala. Her dress wrinkled. She'd ignored it, but it stung. Fairy tale. Fluke. She wasn't either. She was real. Wasn't she? A customer approached. A woman in a coat, her smile sharp. You're Nora, right? Thornton's girl. Nora stiffened. Her hands steady. I'm Nora. Coffee. The woman smirked. Sliding a bill. Keep the change. You're doing well. Nora's jaw tightened. The tip heavy. She wasn't doing anything. She loved Caleb, Ellie, their spark, but the world saw a story, not a heart. She pocketed the bill, her cheeks burning, and worked. The whispers soft but sharp. At lunch, she sketched in the back a star, Ellie's balloon, Caleb's hand. Sam peeked over. You're on fire, Nora. Show these somewhere. She smiled. Faint. Maybe one day. Do it, he said, firm. You're too good to hide. She nodded. Her heart heavy. Art was her spark. But the world's eyes clients, tabloids. Strangers felt like a cage. She thought of Caleb's penthouse, Ellie's trust, his promise. You're enough. She wanted to believe it. Needed to Her phone buzzed a text from Caleb. Ellie's ready. Your place. 3 p.m. A photo followed. Ellie in a paint-splattered shirt, grinning. Nora smiled. Typing. Can't wait. The noise faded. Her heart light. For them. She'd try. At 3. Nora's apartment buzzed with life. Her table was cleared. Paint cans open. Paper spread. Caleb and Ellie arrived. Ellie hugging her. Caleb kissing her cheek. Nice place, he said, his eyes warm. Taking in the small space books stacked, sketches pinned. A single window glowing. It's mine, Nora said, shy. Ellie plopped on the floor, grabbing a brush. Let's make a mural, she said. Bold. Nora laughed. Joining her, Caleb rolling up his sleeves. They painted stars, ducks, a glittery sky. Ellie's laugh filled the room. Caleb's hand brushing Nora's, paint smearing. Nora felt it. A home. A spark. Their world alive. You're messy, Caleb said, wiping paint from her cheek, his eyes teasing. You're worse, she shot back. Smudging his nose, Ellie giggled. Clapping. They ate pizza. Cross-legged, Ellie telling stories. Caleb watched, his hand in Nora's. Warm. This is good, he said, low. Us. Here. Her chest warmed. Yeah, it is. Ellie yawned. And Caleb carried her to the couch, her blanket soft. Night, Nora. She mumbled. Sleepy. Night, kid, Nora whispered, her heart full. She and Caleb cleaned, the silence easy. He pulled her close, his arms warm. Thanks, he said, soft, for letting us in. Thanks for coming, she said. Honest. It's different. Good different. He kissed her. Slow, real. She melted, her doubt fading. His warmth, her anchor. But the headline lingered, fairy tale or fluke. Just a crack in her trust. The next day, Nora's shift at the gallery was quiet, the air heavy with polish and paint. Karen, her manager, smiled. Rare. Things are settling. Nora. No more drama. Nora nodded. Sweeping. Good. Karen paused. Soft. You're keeping your job. Just stay focused. I will, Nora said. Her heart light. The noise was gone. Her job safe. Caleb's promise real. She thought of their mural. Ellie's stars. His kiss. They were enough. Weren't they? A client approached. A man in a suit. His smile wide. Nora, right? Saw you in the news. Thornton's a lucky guy. She stiffened. Her broom still. I'm just Nora, he chuckled. Low, sure. Keep it up. He left, his laugh echoing. Nora's hands shook, her cheeks burning. Just Nora. The words stung, a reminder of the world's eyes. It's doubt. At lunch, she called Sam, her voice low. It's not over. People still talk. Sam sighed, soft. Nora, you're stronger than them. Caleb's got your back, right? Yeah, she said. Honest. He does. Then hold on, he said. Firm. You're worth it. She nodded, hanging up. Her sketchbook opened a mural. Their stars. Caleb's eyes. She traced the lines. Her heart heavy. She loved him. Ellie. Their spark. But the world's gaze sharp. Cold felt like a weight. That night, Caleb met her at the coffee shop. His car idling. They drove to a rooftop cafe. The city below. Stars above. Overwined, she exhaled. Soft. It's better. But people still see me as your story. His jaw tightened. His hand on hers. They're wrong. You're my heart. Her chest warmed. But doubt lingered. What if they never stop? They will, he said. Fierce. I'm making sure. She nodded. Slow. His promise, a spark. Okay. They ate. The silence, easy. His presence real. He drove her home. His hand in hers. At her door, he kissed her. Deep. Steady. We're enough. He whispered. Enough. She echoed. Her heart light. Her fear quiet. For now, days blurred. A rhythm of sparks and trust. Caleb sent sketches to her work. Notes in his sharp hand. Thinking of you. Yes, Nora painted more. Her canvas alive, Ellie's laugh. Caleb's touch. They're stars. They met in quiet places, parks. Diners. Her apartment. Ellie drew with her. Caleb watched. Their world warm. Real. But a new ripple came. At the gallery, Karen called her in. Nora. A client's back. They want your work. Nora blinked. Stunned. My work. Karen nodded, holding a sketch, Nora's, from her bag. Left by accident. They saw this. They're offering 5,000 dumps to us. Nora's heart raced. 5,000. Take it, Karen said, firm. It's a start. Nora nodded. Her hands shaky. Her art. Seen. Valued. She called Caleb, her voice bright. A client wants my sketch. 5 grand. He laughed. Warm. Nora. That's amazing. I'm proud. Her chest swelled. It's real. It's you, he said, soft. Come over. We'll celebrate. She went. The penthouse glowing. Ellie hugging her. You're famous, she said, grinning. Nora laughed. Kneeling. Not yet. Kid. Caleb poured wine, his eyes warm. To you, he said, raising his glass. To us, she said, clinking hers. Her heart full. They ate. Ellie chattering, their spark alive. But a new text came from Sam. Saw a post. Laura's back. Be careful. Talk to her. Side jokes. Nora's stomach dropped. Her smile fading. What's wrong? Caleb asked. Low. She showed him the text, her voice soft. Laura. She's stirring things. His jaw tightened. She's done. My team's watching. Nora nodded. Slow. Her fear sharp. Okay. He pulled her close. His arms warm. You're safe. We are. She melted. His promise a shield, but Laura's shadow lingered. A crack in her trust. A week later, Nora stood at a children's art fair, Caleb and Ellie beside her. Ellie's booth glowed with glittery stars, her grin wide. Nora, help me, she said, handing her a brush. Nora laughed, painting beside her. Caleb watching. Parents stared. But the whispers were soft, fading. The fair buzzed kids drawing, music playing, balloons floating. Nora felt it. A spark, a home. Ellie's art sold, her face bright. I'm rich, she said. Dramatic. Caleb chuckled. Lifting her. Not yet. Kiddo. Nora smiled. Her heart light. A woman approached. Familiar Laura. Her smile sharp. Nora, she said. Cool. Caleb. Sweet setup. Nora stiffened. Caleb's hand on her back. Laura. He said. Cold. Leave. Laura's eyes narrowed. Just saying hi. Your story's cute. It's not a story, Nora said. Firm. It's us. Laura smirked, walking off. Nora's heart raced. Caleb's hand grounding her. She's nothing, he said. Low. Ignore her. Nora nodded. Slow. Her fear sharp. Trying. That night, at the penthouse. Ellie asleep. Nora and Caleb stood on the balcony. The city below. She's back. Nora said. Soft. Why? She's desperate. Caleb said. Grim. Her influence is gone. She's lashing out. Nora exhaled. Slow. Will it stop? It will, he said, cupping her face. I promise. She nodded. His warmth, her anchor. I trust you. He kissed her. Deep. Real. She melted. Her doubt fading. His spark brighter. But Laura's smirk lingered. A shadow on her heart. Days later, Nora's sketch sold. The check in her hand. Real. She paid a bill. Bought paint. Her canvas alive again. At Brew and Bean. Sam grinned. You're an artist now. Huh. Trying, she said, smiling. Her heart light. The whispers were gone. Her job safe. Caleb's promise holding. She painted at night. Her apartment glowing stars. Ellie's laugh. Caleb's eyes. Her spark was back. Bold. Real. Caleb called. His voice warm. Ellie's got a surprise. Come over. She went. The penthouse, bright. Ellie running to her. Look, she said, holding a canvas 3 figures. Glittery stars above. It's us. Nora's eyes stung. Hugging her. It's perfect. Kid, Caleb smiled. His hand in hers. She's right. They ate. Ellie chattering. Their spark alive. After Ellie slept, and Nora stood in Caleb's study. A new canvas waiting. For you, he said, soft. Paint here. Anytime. Her heart raced. Caleb, this is too much. It's you, he said. Firm. It's enough. She nodded. Slow. His faith a gift. She painted. Her brush bold. Caleb watching. The lines were alive, their stars, their home, their spark. She felt it. A dream. Real. A month later, Nora stood at a gallery. Her first show small, but hers. 5 sketches hung. Bold. Alive Ellie's stars. Caleb's hands. Their park. Guests milled. Karen smiling. Clients nodding. Caleb and Ellie were there. Ellie in a glittery dress. Caleb's arm around her. You did this, he said. Low. We did, she said, honest. Her heart full. A critic approached. Her smile warned. Nora. Your work. It's raw. Real. I'd like to feature you. Nora blinked. Stunned. Thank you. The critic left, her card in Nora's hand. Caleb grinned, lifting her, spinning her. You're unstoppable, he whispered. She laughed, her eyes stinging. You're mushy. Guilty, he said, kissing her, soft. Real. Ellie clapped, giggling. The night ended. The gallery quiet, their spark bright. They walked to the penthouse, Ellie asleep in Caleb's arms. Nora stood on the balcony, the city below. Caleb beside her. I love you, he said, sudden. Raw. You and Ellie, you're my world. Her breath caught, her heart full. I love you, too. He reached into his pocket. A small box. Velvet. Real. Nora, he said. Opening it, a ring. Simple. Gold. A tiny star etched inside. Marry me. Her eyes stung. Her voice soft. Caleb. I want you, he said. Fierce. Us. Forever. She nodded. Tears hot. Yes. He slid the ring on, his hands shaky. His kiss deep. She melted. Her spark aflame. Their home real. The city hummed. Their stars above. Their love enough. Months passed. Winter softening into spring. Nora's show grew. Her name in reviews. Her canvas alive. She mentored kids at Ellie's school. Their art bold. Like hers, Caleb cut work hours. His boardroom fadings. Their park nights bright. Ellie painted. Her stars bold. Her laugh free. The wedding was small. In a gallery. Nora's mural stars, bold lines behind them. Ellie scattered glitter, their vows whispered, their spark real. They danced, not planned. Just them, a collision that became home. They left for Maine, a cottage by the sea. Waves soft, paint everywhere. Nora opened a studios, kids painting. Ellie leading. Caleb cooked. Badly, his laugh warm. They walked the beach, Ellie's hand in theirs, their stars above. Years passed, their spark glowing. Nora's art hung in galleries. Her name known. Caleb's firm thrived, but he was home, always. Ellie grew, her art bold, her heart Nora's, every morning. Caleb brought coffee, one sugar cube, a ritual she loved, forever started with a crash. A gala, a spark. It lasted because they chose it, every day. Their love loud, their home real, their stars enough. Wow. Thank you all for joining Nora, Caleb, and Ellie on this heartfelt journey. Every listen, every comment fuels my passion to keep sharing stories that touch the heart. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. Catch you next time for more tales where love and hope shine bright. Stay amazing.